an objective message to me. Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve lived in a place where they lived forever. Okay, let's just take that one. And I'll just keep going. But let me just tell you that story just so you can see that God is very able to communicate what's coming down the line. So now you've got Adam and Eve living in this place that's paradise, which means that they're connected to the source of life. They're directly connected to God. They don't die. They live forever. They don't die. They're doing just great. They're just tooling along. First it's Adam. Then God makes a mate for Adam, and then it's Adam and Eve. And they're tooling along at the speed of light, grooving on life. God tells them, here's the story. You see this paradise? This entire place is yours. Except don't touch that fucking tree over there, okay? That's all I want. That's all you need to know. You're going to live forever. We're connected. Everything's hunky-dory. Everything's cool. Don't touch that tree. Now, I'm assuming that God told them not to touch the tree because God had to establish the fact that he was the boss. He gives them everything, and he tells them one thing: don't touch the tree. So that establishes, somebody's the boss. That's what that tells me right away. Because he's bossing them not to touch that tree. Now, Adam and Eve, boy, they love that fucking tree, man. That tree to them is like, how fast can they get to that tree? You see what I'm saying? But anyways, so God tells them, don't touch the tree. If you touch the tree, you'll die. Means that, you'll die, and we'll be disconnected. The connection will be busted between me and you, God and Adam and Eve. He's God talking. And so, just so you know, I mean business. I'm not fucking around when I say don't touch the tree. So now we've got the ground rules all laid out. Here are these two guys, these two beings that are just, they're infinite. They're living forever. They have command of the entire, of whatever the earth is. They command it. And boom, who shows up? Who shows up? God's enemy. Now, what's God's enemy into? Let me think. What could God's enemy be into? Well, let's start from God's enemy could definitely be into what God's not into. Okay? That's the first thing I'm going to assume. God's enemy does not want what God wants. So what does God's enemy do? The first fucking thing he does is he gets Eve away from Adam. And he cons her into going to that tree and grabbing that fruit of that tree. And how does he con her into doing it? Simple. Simple. The first thing he does, he says, God is bullshitting you. He's not telling you the truth. God's scamming you. If the reason he doesn't want you to eat the tree or eat of the tree is because when you eat of that tree, you'll be just like him. If you eat of the fruit of good and evil, you'll be just like God. And the other reason he doesn't want you to eat of the fruit is, because you'll be just like him and you'll live forever. And he doesn't want you to know that, that he's not on the up and up. And so there you have it. She falls for it. And the two things God told them would happen have been fucking happening since they did that shit. We've been dying, and we're not like God. Good and evil, the knowledge of good and evil doesn't make us like God. I know right from wrong. I know what I'm supposed to do and not do. So fucking what? I still do all kinds of wrong things. That doesn't mean a fucking thing, the fact that I know the difference between right and wrong.